Hey guys, so I just rattled your ear off about our trip and like a recap of the trip. So I met my mom and my dad and my sister and her husband, and then it was me and the boys down in Anaheim for Disneyland. And oh my goodness, like starting from square one years ago, my sister started throwing around the idea of like, let's go to Disneyland, let's take the boys to Disneyland. And I was just always like, just sure, like I wanted to wait until they were old enough to appreciate it. And I stuck with that. One, because it was like we could do so many other things, like limited, there's only so many funds to do so many things. And I wanted them to be able to remember it, slash appreciate it, everything else. And after going, I could not be more thankful that I waited until I did. Um, I Now I feel like we're kind of in like the good spot with it, especially by the time we go back. Drake will be like a rock solid, like maybe 40.5 inches, and be able to ride everything and do everything. So the minimum like ride size for like all the cool rides is 40 inches. So that would be my recommendation. Wait till your kid's 40 inches, just so they can do all the fun stuff if they're interested in it. Drake was, and he really wanted to. And Deacon, luckily, the biggest ride in Disneyland is Indiana Jones, and it's 46 inches. In California Adventure Park, or California Adventure, it's 48, and that is the California Screamin'. So we won't go back until I think Deacon's 48 inches, so that we can do that one. But yeah, so waiting was good. As far as this is supposed to be about budget, not the logic behind it. So anyways, we decided to do Disneyland and kind of scratch gifts all together for Christmas. So we didn't exchange a single thing. My parents got me a box of chocolates, but it's because they bought the Costco coupon and they needed I guess C's chocolates are the only candy box that fit perfectly in their mailbox or something. I don't know. So they had an extra box of chocolates, so they gave them to me for Christmas. Like, yay for me. I've got them hidden. So anyways, we didn't do that. So we saved money there. And what we did is, starting back, I think it was in June that we booked our, I want to say, I don't remember if we did our flights first. I think we did our flights first. Maybe not. Maybe it was our hotel room. I don't know. So anyways, what we did is we each like figured out what was best for us. Because I was buying 3 plane tickets, I wanted to really shop it around. We ended up flying into LA and getting a car from LA to the hotel, and that was expensive, but they had car seats with the company that I went through, and it was just, I just wanted, like, I wanted it to be safe, I wanted it to be simple, everything else. No scratching on the bed, just lay down. Just lay down or hop down. So anyways, we did that, and that worked better for me than to flying directly into I think it's like, is it Santa Ana? I don't know, whatever that airport is right there. It would save me a lot of money, like $400-$500. It was a lot cheaper to fly into LA, so we did that. The reason we flew and we didn't drive, one, it's way faster, like way faster. But yes, we could have driven. I didn't want to put the miles on my car, and gas prices 6 months ago, kind of unpredictable anymore. And then also getting over passes to get there. So we didn't want to get stuck. And thankfully we did fly, because we would have gotten stuck because of some of the snowstorms and stuff like that, with all the way that we would have had to go. So anyways, we decided to fly. So that was what we did. Figured out the best way to do it. That was where that was at. That was the biggest expense for me, was the flight. Now, as far as the hotel room, we priced out condos and we priced out different hotels around the area. A lot of those, like, you get far enough away, they get cheaper, like a lot, but then you have to rent a car and then you have to park the car and stuff like that. So we finally just decided, like, let's stay on campus, in the resort. And we stayed at the Paradise Pier, which was actually really affordable. And my mom made a big deal about, like, staying together, which I definitely agree with, and it was lovely. So we found a way to do conjoining rooms, and instead of each of us getting our own individual room, we split it 3 ways. So we got 2 rooms, 1 king, and it had like a pull-out queen bed, and then we got 2 queens with like a pull-out twin, and we did that. So my sister and her husband took a queen bed, me and Deacon took a queen bed, and Drake called dibs on the little bed. So I'm like, sweet, like, good deal. And that's what we did. So we did that. And by splitting it 3 ways and having like just 2 rooms, it ended up working out really well. Plus, we didn't go like peak season at all. It just so happened to be when my sister had off because her schedule was very, very strict. She can ask for time off, but depending on like her rotations, she's in a residency. Depending on her rotations and stuff, it's like we had to work around that. So luckily it worked around Deacon's school schedule, which by the way, I've had a whole bunch of concerning comments about Deacon being out of school, and he's in year-round type school, and we're on break. So yeah, he did not miss a day of school. Everybody can be rest assured that he did not miss school. I had a lot of very concerned people. To be completely honest, I guess I don't see a problem with missing like a day or 2 of school for some family time. That's just me. Call me a bad mom, but life's short. So anyways, all right, let's see here. So that was what we did for the hotel. By the way, really good idea to Uber it from, I guess, even like the SNA airport to Anaheim. I think it was they told me it was like $24, I think. And then you get, if you use I think there's like a referral code. My sister gave it to them for $20. If I can find it or ask her what it is, then I'll put it below. But it made their fare $4 from the airport to the hotel because the hotel's parking per day, if self-parking, is $18. So another reason why not to rent a car. And then you got to get into the park an hour early. Now, as far as the tickets go, we did a lot of research for, in the way of tickets, and we only did 2 days. So we did 1 day at California Adventure and 1 day at Disneyland. And I don't exactly remember, because we did all this stuff so long ago, exactly remember why. I think it was cheaper to do that instead of like a park hopper. But I don't remember for sure. Anyway, so we just did 1 day at each place and figured, we could utilize the hotel and all that it has since there was just 2 half days. So it was like we flew in, had a half day, had 2 whole days, had a half day, and then flew out. And we did utilize the pool facilities. The day we got there, it was just too rainy, so we just went and ate. And the tickets, my mom booked the tickets through her work. She is a nurse, so I guess like countrywide, if you work in like the healthcare field, you get discounted tickets at, maybe it's company, I don't know, but I know a few people who've done this in different areas of the country, but you get discounts on Disney passes. Costco used to do them a long time ago, and my neighbor works for Costco, and she said that they just don't do it anymore, which is unfortunate because you could save a lot of money using that, but they just don't have it anymore. So that's how we did our tickets. Now, as far as food goes, food in Disney is expensive. It's painfully expensive, but I went in like fully expecting that to be the case. So I saved accordingly for that. Now, what we did is we kind of took turns doing meals, and I feel like we only really ate twice a day. We had like a really, really big brunch and a really, really big dinner, and then when we woke up in the morning and kind of like started to get going, we just had like granola bars. So we brought a box of granola bars. In fact, my mom went to Costco, classic mom, and bought big old boxes of granola bars, one of which put her luggage over 50 pounds. I did not get my packing skills or tendencies from my parents or my sister. They had so much luggage, and here I am with like my backpack. I'm like, hey. So anyways, my mom ended up having to donate a box of granola bars because she went over the 50-pound limit. So yay for Southwest Airlines. They got a bonus on that one. I think she flew them. Yeah, I think she flew them. So anyways, they got that. So anyhow, though, as far as the food goes, let's see. We ate at a place that did Gage, like clam chowder and what is it called? Something else in like a bread bowl. It's over by the Indiana Jones ride. So we had that, and that was really filling. I did a lot of just sharing with the kids and like not over ordering. So like I ordered the soup and the bread bowl, and all 3 of us ate it. And then we ordered, like I did a lot of ordering off the kids menu. So instead of ordering like myself a meal and a kids meal, we just ordered like 2 kids meals, and we shared them 3 ways, and that saved us a ton of money. And nobody went hungry. It wasn't like, it was just nothing was wasted, I guess you could say. So I was a little more conscious about what we ordered, I guess you could say. They did get some like bonus treats like churros and popcorn, and I never found any of those Mickey Mouse ice creams, and maybe it was because it was cold and I was in like my snowboarding jacket, like a poncho and an umbrella, but still, that's I wanted one of those, and we never got one of those. The lines were great. Utilized the Fast Pass a whole bunch. We didn't need to utilize it, California Adventure, because nobody was there. We waited, the longest we waited was like maybe 20 minutes. Otherwise, we waited 20 minutes a couple times at Disney, but we used Fast Pass for the longer ones, like Space Mountain, which is currently Hyperspace Mountain, which is actually super cool. I've never been on normal Space Mountain, but Hyperspace Mountain, a little Star Wars action, pretty awesome. Anyways, I think that's it. Those are like my budget tips. Now, if I were to do it again, I would probably do most all of it the same. Being able to get in an hour early was awesome. So if you stay in one of the hotels like at the resort, you can get in an hour early. I wouldn't rent a car. We never needed to go anywhere. We did leave the resort and we walked down to a place called Coco's, I think it was. There's like Coco's and Tiffany's across the street from each other, and they are little breakfast joints, and it was delicious. It was like a really yummy IHOP and very affordable. What else? I would try to drive if it were a better time. I mean, it's a long drive, but if there were enough of us in the car, I feel like it could be worth it. But then again, you'd have to park. I don't know. That's a hard one. Yeah, that's a tough one. So anyways, though, I think that's it. I want to go again. I'm going to like set my sights on going again. I would love to go to Disney World with the boys. Again, I'm going to wait until they're just a little bit taller so we can kind of like get into that next level of rides, just because now I know my kids love the rides. Love the rides. Oh my gosh. Like, we need to try other places too. Like, I don't know, Six Flags or something and see what we can do there. I'm just blown away. And I'm in love with the fact that I enjoyed it as much as I did. So anyways, I hope that this helps somebody in one way or another as far as budgeting goes. I'm sure that there's a lot of other budget tips out there. This is just specifically what we did, and it worked out really well. The trip ended up being very affordable. Purchasing it in pieces too was definitely a bonus. Like buying, you know, the plane tickets 1 month, and 3 months later paying for the hotel. 3 months later buying the tickets. It's just stuff like that. And, you know, finding every discount along the way, and then having 3 different women. I don't know that the men contributed that much as far as like searching prices and hotels and stuff like that, but having 3 different people really like hunt down good deals, it was definitely beneficial. So I would also recommend splitting a hotel room. I mean, you're tired, nobody's really doesn't really matter, and yeah, so I think that's it. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below. Otherwise, life will get back to normal this week. We just had a wild and crazy and super fun and just a great time, great memories. Like, it will be a trip that will be forever remembered, down to sitting on the tarmac for 2 hours while I try to fix an extra bathroom, you know, good times. So anyways, that's it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.